Mr.
First,
Dey, you were raising some questions.
first is I think Mr. Mozur Gupta sir may kindly actually put up his question, then I will put up my question.
Yeah, Mr. Gupta, you raised your hand before some time. Sometimes that Mr. Gupta, you need to unmute yourself.
Yes. Am I
Yeah,
audible?
yeah, you
Am I
can speak.
audible?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can speak.
No, since there are a lot of good inputs about the welding, I was wondering that one of the case they mentioned the automatic welding control from a cabin or somewhere. I don't know if you can further elaborate. Is out of my thought. That's my question.
Yeah, pardon me, sir. Is it for my side, sir? AI side?
No,
Yeah, the welding, automatic welding you mentioned.
Welding
You mentioned
automation.
no?
Yes,
I
sir,
mean
sir.
you can
Yeah, I'm
control from
going.
the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to my sides. Right, sir. Which side, sir, you are referring to?
I don't remember, but I
Actually, you
heard
are
that.
telling someone is operating from bits.
Okay.
That's good. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so this is the thing is demonstrating two things, sir. One is your remote welding and also monitoring and control of friction stir welding. So actually, what is happening? We are basically giving, as you can see in this video, uh, as you can see, one person. This is FSW machine. So FSW is going on. So here we are actually giving intentionally bad parameter initial. Okay. So let me go to. Yeah. Okay. So here we are actually intentionally giving bad parameter initially so that weld will be bad, and it is actually indicating in force using the force acquired. So there it is indicated the welding is not going good, that's why force is deviating like this, and that force value is along with the process parameter is fed to the AI, and then AI is deciding whether the weld is going good or not. If it is going good, that means it is predicting a ultimate tensile strength that is a desired value, that is okay. If it is not predicting, it is predicting less than that, then those features extracted from the force signal parameters, those are fed to another model in the cloud. That cloud is in our IIT cloud, IIT Kharagpur cloud, and from there, that model is actually predicting what is the recommended parameter. Maybe it is in a very low traverse speed, or maybe it is in a very low RPM initially. That's why these kind of words are coming up, and later on, the model is automatically predicting in the cloud that what should be the good parameters or recommended parameters, and then it is actually feeding it to the machine itself. Machine is adapting that parameter and control the process. So as you can see, this is the thing.
Where it is application? What is the application? Where it can be used?
So the application is basically in situ corrections. Like nowadays in every welding, everyone has to be optimize the parameters, process parameters. So first, if you choose a random parameter for FSW, maybe this can be transferred to other welding process also. Like if you are choosing a random parameter, and then model and this AI is automatically will consider like optimize the parameters to achieve a good quality weld, so that later on you will perform the welding on that optimized quality only. So it can be spreaded out in any kind of welding, sir. Any kind of industry and thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
yes, Mr. Dey. Any other question?
No.
I would like to add to what
Yes, I have question
Mr.
actually.
Mr. Gupta asked what
Professor
can be.
Vishwas.
Yeah,
Professor
just a
Vishwas.
minute. Mr.
Sir.
Tej, Saroj is speaking something. Saroj Khan Singh is speaking something.
Saroj can ask later. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, actually, in continuation with Mr. Gupta's question, he is asking. That's why
Okay.
I.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Saroj, please
Yes,
continue.
sir. So actually, what Mr. Gupta asked is the application. So I think one of the big application will be that a less skilled welder can give a better weld finish.
Yeah.
This will be the biggest thing because welding skill is a big issue in the industry, and now good welders are also difficult to train and produce. So this can augment that, and even a average welder can give a better finish.
Yes.
But then you have to train the welder, is it?
No, the welder can be a less trained welder, but the AI is skilled enough to adjust the gap and the electricity, so the finish comes better.
Okay.
So like we had in our shop in McNeely, the old welding sets which come for around 70,000 rupees, whereas this AI based welding machines are now available. Little costly, but then an average welder can give this. So we had tested it with a company called Kempi, and there are others who are also doing the same welding machines which are now intelligent.
Okay.
Professor Abhishek Mukherjee.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Could you hear me, Professor
Yeah.
Abhishek
Yes.
Mukherjee?
Yeah.
Sir, I
Yes.
am not professor, sir. I am student, sir.
Okay.
I
Okay.
am
Fine.
PhD student.
Okay. Still,
Good.
your lecture is very good. Now, point is, perhaps you have heard about the ultra supercritical unit, 800 megawatt,
Uh,
coal-based thermal power unit, ultra supercritical, 800 megawatt.
no, sir, I
In
don't know.
such ultra supercritical unit, actually the high pressure welding is needed for the superheater tube, and the pressure is to the tune of 254 bar. I repeat, the pressure is to the tune of 254 bar. Now, is it possible to actually employ this sort of automatic welding for such actually pipe, that superheated steam pipes?
Yes, sir,
Suppose
this.
there is a leakage in superheated steam and the unit has to go shut down, and now the actually welding of that pipe is needed, then and the superheated zone is it is at a very critical area, not like that actually very close to your hand. Is it possible to go for remote and automatic welding for such
Yes,
uh,
yes, yes, yes. It can be done, sir. So for that, we have to incorporate some robotics over there because, as you are telling that manually, it cannot be done because people are facing difficulty. So we can temperature resilient robots we can adopt here, and we can weld the zone remotely, sir. That can be done. Yes.
could you please give an example? Because in India there are good numbers of ultra supercritical unit, 800 megawatt units, and those actually superheated steam pipes are there, and they are having such a huge.
So, sir, nowadays, what is the present methodology adopted for the welding of the steam pipes?
Present methodology is actually uh, the the welder, maybe very experienced welder. Firstly, the area around the pipe is to be cleaned properly. Then it is no, first thing is it is to be cooled down. The
Uh,
boiler is to be cooled down. Okay.
uh,
Then the area around the pipe is to be cleaned properly.
yes.
Then the very experienced welder need to go there when it's a very actually critical place. Go there in the superheated zone, in the boiler, superheated zone in the
Uh,
boiler, and say
mm,
go. And he has to actually some scaffolding should be done nearby, and then welding is to be done. After that, the radiography is to be done. And if the radiography is okay, then only again some hydrotest is to be done. And that too very high pressure. Now my point is, now I do not know, because earlier we have worked with the subcritical actually units, and now the supercritical units have come up, and a very good number of supercritical units are working, and definitely there are tube leakages. Normally the leakage is in the supercritical zone. Okay.
Okay, so sir, in my side, from my side, the submission is like there are robocollars type of thing available. Robocollars, so which can crawl through a wall or something. So they are having welding uh, like system with themselves. It's like, and they can go remotely, and also like you can control those things as a servo motors are there, so you can control and you can do manipulate the welding side from external side. You can put a camera, you can trace them. Those things are possible, very much possible.
Then what I understand, in case of human being, the robotics actually will go there and they will
Hmm.
do the welding,
Yes,
something
yes.
like that.
Because it's, if it is a very critical for human being, so it is not possible for him to go everywhere and do welding. And also he can be panic during welding, whatever skill he has, but he can be panic in that situation, in that zone. So robot doesn't have any panic. So whatever parameter we can set, that we can do. Also we can control. So if it robot is doing a very like less accurate welding, we can measure instantly that what is the defects and all these things, and then we can correct the parameters, and we can come up with a good weld in a supercritical zone also. So that is possible, sir.
No, actually, the point is, it is not that some panic is actually influenced by the in the welder, because the
अच्छा नहीं
area is properly cleaned, some proper scaffolding is done, then the welding is also done, something like that.
Yes, sir. So it can be automated,
And
sir,
this is
through.
this is the prevailing practice right now.
Nam,
Okay.
one
Okay.
minute. May I say something, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Dey
Yes, sir. Welcome. You are
and
welcome.
Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
Abhishek,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dey is mentioning about supercritical those boilers,
Ultra
but it
supercritical.
doesn't mean that it is at that high temperature and then you have to go and do the
No, no,
weld.
no, not that, not
Firstly, the
that.
boiler has to be shut down, cooled. It's not in a suppose in a nuclear reactor, for example, something has happened, right?
No,
Even if
not
it
that.
has been shut down, there a human cannot go, right? Because of the radiation hazard. So they are robots, okay. Here it is shut down, there is no issue.
Okay.
So a robot can help definitely, but as you realize, a human being goes, a skilled welder goes, or with his team make the scaffolding so that he can access. Similarly, the robot, whatever, after all, you'll have to place the robot at the first point, at
Yes,
the
yes,
required place,
yes,
and then do the welding. So probably a human intervention to place the robot would be needed,
yes, yes.
and then it can do the job. And
Yeah.
depending on the location and the extent of defect, type of defect, okay,
Hmm.
a human being maybe it will be easier to do than putting the robot and controlling it remotely. So that way.
Yes.
No, but one thing I want to say
Hmm.
that use of artificial intelligence will remarkably change the situation in welding area. That is sure. Because this is an area, particularly defect, the defect, finding out the defect, that is a huge, highly skilled area. But I believe with using artificial intelligence, this will be much user friendly. That's the game. Great game.
Yeah, defect. I mean, like the job that has been done in GRSU, what Abhishek has already presented.
Uh,
Uh, that is not a online correction of the weld defects,
uh,
but the welding has been done, and that routine inspection, routine radiography, and then you check the radiographs. That itself is a very, very big thing. because you all know that checking the radiographs is a quite a tedious work,
Yes, yes, yes.
highly skilled work, and like Abhishek has also mentioned that it is often person dependent. He is morning he starts the job, by noon he is fatigued, so he is likely to overlook something or likely to make wrong judgment from the films, etc. And not to talk about the time taken to judge each single film we have seen. Like Abhishek was telling, he will see the image in the monitor, he will enlarge it, he'll change the contrast, he'll do all kinds of manipulation with the photo, with the photograph, with the radiograph.
Yeah.
I mean, digital manipulation he will do, and then he will come to conclusion. Okay, it's a lack of fusion, LOF, and the location is this. This is the dimension. Same job. If the AI network is well trained with that pattern of defects, it will just do in fraction of second. That's a great advantage. That's the
And
great advantage.
Nishit, all the items, manufactured items,
Mm.
are totally depend on the quality of welding.
Oh yes, yes, very much.
I mean, this is the crux of the whole thing.
Very
And we
much.
have seen the failure of penstock
Ah.
miserably because of the welding defects only.
No, no, that probably Pankaj Biswas can say that in the paint stock, what kind of, like you are saying, that automated welding and all, it will depend on what type of job, what type of product. We all know if it's a mass production, then automation is very essential. Paint stock may not be a mass production, but there is a mass welding, huge length of welding goes on in the paint stock, and a
Yes.
miserable job is done manually.
Yes.
That personally, I am telling everybody, I personally, myself with Abhitavada, we have seen it in our own eyes. What a miserable welding has been done, which can be certainly improved by
Yes.
automated
Yes.
welding
Yes.
system.
Yes.
But
That's what I'm
our
saying.
system is like this was talked about probably yesterday. We are bogged down with traditional methods.
So
Everywhere.
we are-
Our mind blockage is there. We won't be implementing things which will improve the situation, because same question will come: who will take the risk if it doesn't work? Anyway,
So
we are
we
diverted.
thank you very much.
I have a point.
Sir, what I
Actually,
understand,
actually, automated welding, semi-automatic and fully automatic has been prevalent in these countries in the 90s.
Yeah, that is
You
the
know, cross-country pipelines, submarine pipelines are all automatically welded, where the feeding is done automatically, the movement is automatic. What was not there and what is still possibly not there fully is the use of AI. Because the weld defect inspection manually is, as Professor Mandal has said, is a very tedious process. AI can take care of all that. But, you know, cross-country pipelines, all the welds are done automatically for years. I know from the mid-90s they are done because all the equipment is imported from abroad. Indian contractors do it, but it is done in India. So it is actually that kind of work. And I think welding, which is done in workshops on a repetitive basis, these should rapidly change to automation. Whereas what Bruno was saying,
I just
that
interject.
penstock is 4 penstocks, maybe a one-off affair.
No.
no
Punam,
huge welding.
Huge.
It can be one of,
No,
but
I'm
huge
saying huge,
amount of
but
welding.
you know,
I,
they are.
I will interject.
Then you should have
The
had
area,
automation there also.
no, the area you are talking, that is oil and petrochemical area, or underwater area. That's an exceptional area. In
That
general,
is it. No,
that's
I'm
what
not
I'm
saying
saying.
underwater. Onshore cross-country pipelines have had automated
Long back.
welding for 2-3 decades now, mid-90s.
In shipbuilding also we have. In
Ah.
shipbuilding also automated
Certain
welding is
areas,
there.
automation has
I'm
been
talking
there.
about paint stock.
Penstocks,
Ideal plant paint stocks.
penstocks are
They
a
are not
different
doing it.
kind.
They are not doing it.
We are
Yeah.
running out of the
Yeah, please,
time.
Yeah.
So we have
Sorry.
to
Thank
stop
you.
here.
Yeah.
It was a nice discussion, but we cannot prolong it because we are running short of time. Thank you again, once again, Mr. Abhishek Mukherjee.
Thank you, sir.
And before we go to lecture number
I have
5,
one question to Professor Pankaj
Sir.
Biswas.
Later.
I think